Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here we go, start!
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Defense for Tampa Bay. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He'll look to throw. He's got him in. Complete. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one goes for 24 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Ready?
They will run for the first time here with White. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
First down, here's White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now a 2nd and 2. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting it and by him going up and getting it.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
18, 5 here. 60, trap 60. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jawan Bentley, the one to get in and finish off the play.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Mustang 19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Taken right around the 44. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Mike Evans, 47 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Ready.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Vikings at 500, sitting at 5-5. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. inside the 10. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Here we go.
2nd and 9.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready?
They'll set up to throw. That's down the field for Jefferson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings are back within a score. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a 2nd and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. And they'll hand off to Hull. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Ready, set.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
19 right. Rig alert, rig alert. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. And that's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 72 yards. And the Bucs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Warriors 70. Dragon 60. Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Pressure too much. Down he goes. Here now a 3rd and 20.
60 Eagles.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And it's fielded at the 34. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run straight ahead here with White. Oh, he shifts past him. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On the set.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Ready.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw.
That is caught.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now Hole.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
A run here with Hole.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Evan Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play there for Minnesota. 69 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Back to throw now on first down. There's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throw left side taken in by Palmer. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Now this will be returned from...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right
even drew that up on the board, or was it just said? But they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
Mixon is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready, right?
He'll look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on third and goal. Now they'll shift things around. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Here we go.
Second and 10.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 52 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, here's Hull. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. They'll look to throw. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Vikings are going to give it back here just shy of the 20. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Cup 19! Cup 19! Broncos.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Okay, ready? 19 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready, ready?
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Juwan Bentley. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd down and 6.
Track to 60. 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler. 18, Pioneer.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Trap 60, trap 60.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Okay, break.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready.
Back to throw again.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Mustang 19. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. He may go.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Let's go now.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here we go.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll run with Hole. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And this one is right through. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they can't bring him down. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And this is a situation where as a head coach you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's down the field for Jefferson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here up near the 40. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Hey, 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 let's go!
And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
And they will take a knee here. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings get a bit closer.
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks?
Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Bronco switch. Bronco. Ready, go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Ready, ready.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the